Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Technical Root. In the yesterday's class, we have completed with the conditional statements, that is an if else, or a next state condition, or a switch statements. These things we have done with in yesterday's class. Today, let us start with the loops. Today, let us learn loops. Let's learn the loops. These loops has been used to stop the code duplication and code redundancy. It is used to stop code duplication and code redundancy. And it is also used to execute a block of code for a specific time. It is used to execute a block of code for specific times. First of all, why we have to use these loops? It is used to stop the code duplication. For example, I'm going to take in one variable of an int data type, int I is equals to 10. So I have to get the value of I, means I'm going to print it, right? I'm going to print it, print. If I run, I'm going to get the value of I. See, I got the value of I. Now I want to get this value of I for 5 times, okay? So I have to print 5 times. I. See, I got then value. Now I have written and to print the value of I 5 times. Now I'm going to print it. So I got the value of I as in 5 times, right? I got a value of I as in 5 times. But I have to repeat the same code again and again. If I have to print a value of 100 times, means I have to repeat this print statement for 100 times, right? To avoid this, we are going to use the loops, okay? To avoid the code duplication. To avoid the repeating of the same code again and again, we are going to use the loops. We are going to use the loops. Now let us see the types of loops. There are 4 types. The first is an for loop. The second is an while loop. The third is an do while. And the fourth is an for each. The fourth is an for each. There are 4 types of loops: for loop, while loop, do while, for each. And this for each is an advanced for loops. Advanced for loops. Okay. Now let us see each of the loops in brief. The first is an for loop. We are going to use this for loop if we know the starting and ending point in the program. In the program, if we know the starting and ending point, we are going to use this for loop. Okay. If we know the both starting and ending point, we are going to use this for loop. Now syntax. First, I'll write definition. If we know both, we know starting and ending point. We know the starting and ending point, we are going to use it for loop. If we know the both starting and ending point, we are going to use the for loop. Okay. Now let us see syntax. Syntax of for loop. Okay. For the for is a predefined keyword. Okay. Within the parenthesis, we are going to write for initialization. initialization followed by an condition and followed by an increment or decrement. Open and close. There will be some block of code and closed braces. Okay, this is a syntax of the for loop: initialization, condition, increment or decrement, and this condition is a will be a boolean type. Okay, it will be a boolean type, true or false. Okay, now let us see some examples based on this for loop. Let us take one question, that is an write a Java program to print numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, to print the numbers from 1 to 100, in this we have a starting point also and ending point also. See, it is going to start from the 1 and it is going to end till 100. Okay, it is going to start from 1 and ending to 100. If you know the both starting point and ending point, means we are going to use a for loop. The main method for it is a predefined keyword initialization. You are going to initialize int I is equals to 1. Starting point is 1 and I'm going to give a condition I is less than or equals to 100, and from 1 to 100 it is going in ascending order. So we have to increment, right? I'm going to increment. Now I'm going to print in the value of high. I wrote the code. How it is going to execute internally, I'll explain it. Initially, the I value will be 1, right? The I value will be 1. It will check the condition. The I value is 1. Whether the 1 is less than 100, it is true, means if this statement is true, means it will come into the loop, inside the loop, and it will execute the value of I. The I value is 1. It is going to print the value of I, and it will going to increment the value of I. If after the printing it is going to increment. Okay, the I value is 1. It is going to increment 1 with 1. Okay, it is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Next, it is going to check the condition whether the 2 is less than 100. Yes, the 2 is less than 100. It is going to print the value of 2. Okay, and after that it is going to increment. Okay. After printing it is going to increment. Now the value of I is after increment, the value of I is 3. It is going to check the condition. If the condition satisfied, it will execute, come into the loop and print the value of I. Okay, so on it is going to do until the 100. Once it is reached the 100, okay, once it is reached the 100 is equals to 100, right? This condition is also satisfied. Before printing the 100, this condition is also satisfied. It will print the value of 100. Okay, it will print the value of 100 and it is going to increment. 100 plus 1 is 101. 100 plus 1 is 101. It will check the condition whether the 101 is less than 100. No, it is not less than 100. Whether it is equals to 100. No, it is not equals to 100. This condition is not satisfying, right? If the condition is satisfied only, it will come inside the loop and it execute this line. If it is not satisfied, it will go out of the loop. It will come out of the loop. Whichever is there, that one only it is going to print. Okay, let me, I'm going to get the output in this form only. This dots means it is continuing. See, from 1 to 100, right? If you want to get in the same, means we have to write the same code again and again. Instead of writing again and again code, we are going to use this loops. Now, I printed the output from 1 to 100. Now, I need to get the output in reverse. That means 100 to 1. Okay. Let us write the code from 100 to 1. So here 100 to 1 means it is going to decrease, right? 100, 99, 98, 97. That means it is decreasing by 1. Okay. So the initially will be, it is going to start from the starting point is 100. So we are going to initialize 100. Now the condition is going to change. I'm going to change the condition. I is greater than or equals to 1. Okay. I is greater than or equals to 1. I minus because it is decrementing. 100 to 1 means it is decrementing, right? 100 to 1 means it is decrementing. See, the initially the 100, the I value is 100. It is going to check the condition whether the 100 is greater than 1. It is true means it is going to print the value of 100. Okay, and it is going to decrement 100 to 90. No, 100 minus 1 is 99. To check the condition, if condition is true means it will come inside this loop. This is an braces within this loop. It is going to come and it is going to print the value of I. The updated value of I is 99. So on like that only 99, 97. So it is going to come until 1. After printing of 1, after printing of 1, it is going to decrement. 1 minus 1 means 0. It is going to get an 0, right? Going to get an 0. Whether the 0 is greater than 1, no. Equals to 1, no. It is not satisfying this condition. It is come out of the loop. The only remaining things will printing. I'm going to get the output in this format only. See. 100, 99, 98, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s. Okay. In these ways, we are going to, for these conditions, we are going to use a for loop. I have taken for an integer numbers. Let us see for an alphabetics. Okay. It is for character. The Java program to print A, B, C, D, so on to Z. Okay. Does it to print an character values. For these are an characters. So char, right? Char ch is from A. Okay. The characters should be enclosed within the single inverted commas, right? So it is going to increment. So it is going to increment. That means that we have to write a condition ch is less than or equals to the character z. And it is incrementing ch plus plus. Print the value of ch. Okay, print the value of let's print now. Same how I explained for an integer, same way it is going to check. Okay, based on this ASCII value, it is going to check. See, got the output A, B, C, D. Okay. Let us write one more code for loop. That is, let us print for an even numbers in this way. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, so on to 100. I have to get an output in this form. For that, let us write an for each code by using an for loop, because I know the starting point. The 2 is starting point and 100 is an ending point. For initialization, it is an integer where it's starting from the 2, right? The condition is same, I is less than or equals to 100. And here it is incrementing two values. Initially we are taking one value. It is incrementing two values. So I'm going to use I plus 2, right? And we'll get the output in the same format. See, the first I is 2. It will check the condition 2. Okay, and it is going to print the value of 2. The condition is true. It is going to print the value of 2. It is going to increment. Increment I by 2. That is in 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. To check the condition. The condition is true. It is going to print and is going to increment the I. The I value is enough 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay. It is condition is true. The 6 is less than 100. It is going to print the value of 6. Like that only, so on to 100. Now let execute. Sorry. Let it get open. Until that I'll explain now. Okay, now these are about the for loops. Okay, these are about the for loop. The next type is there are 4 types. That is an for loop, while, do while, and for each loop. Hmm. Here is the code. There is a code. That code is there. Hmm. Yeah. Bye. Hmm. I'm going to run now. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So I got the output in the same format. These are about the for loop. Now let us see about the while loop. Okay. Now let us learn about the while loop. I'll write it down in this side. Now let us see a while loop. If we know the starting point and does not know the ending point value, okay, on that cases we are going to use an while loop. Okay, if we know the starting point and does not know the ending point, knows we know the starting point and does not know the ending point, on those cases we are going to use the while loop. It is used that we know start value but not end value. We know the starting value but does not know the ending value means we are going to use a while loop. If we know both starting and ending point means is going to use a for loop. Okay. Let us say syntax. Syntax. The first is an initialization. Initialization followed by an while. It is a predefined keyword while. Within the while condition and within the braces we are going to do some logic of the code. After that it is going to increment. That is an increment or decrement. Okay. So that is going to close the braces. This is a syntax of the for loop. We are going to do all the conditionalization, condition, increment or decrement within the one line. But for an while loop, we are going to use this in this way. Okay. We are going to use in this way. Okay. Let us execute one code based on this. We take one class. Here is one class that is a sample class. Let us take what is the first program we are taken for a for loop is an write a Java program to print numbers from 1 to 100. We are seeing the to print the numbers from 1 to 100 by using an for loop. Now let us see and how to print the numbers from 1 to 100 by using a while loop. Okay. On the syntax first is an initialization, right? The first is an initialization. We know the starting point I is equals to 1. Okay. And after that we are going to use a condition where I is less than or equals to 100. And we are going to print that value of I and we are going to increment. Okay. See, the first is an initialization. I have initialized it. After that, it is a condition. I'm going to use a condition. Within that braces, we are going to do some logic of code. After that, at ending, we are going to increment or decrement. From 1 to 100 means we are going to increment. Okay. The same format output will become the first we're going to get and see initialize it to check the condition whether the one is less than 100. It is true means it is going to print the value of I and it incrementing. One is incremented to 2. Check the condition and print it and increment. Next, check the condition, print it until the condition satisfied. It will going to be looping, looping, looping only until the condition is satisfied. Once the condition is not satisfied, it will come out of the loop. Okay, it is come out of the loop and print the values. Now let us print in the same format only. I'm going to get the output. See, 1 to 100. Okay, 1 to 100. Let me see from reverse order. from 100, I'm going to change the condition. I is greater than or equals to 1. I minus minus from 100 to 1 minute it is decrementing, right? From 100 to 1 minute it is decrementing. Print it from 100 to 1. See, 100, 99, 98 to 1. These are a simple example. Okay, I've taken only and simple examples for while loop. By using this logic only, we can do some of the programs. Okay, we can do lots of the programs on the while loop, for loop also. Okay, now let us see the one more loop is a do while. The one more is there, that is a do while. Do while loop. This do while loop is used to get an at least one output. Okay, at least one output we are going to get it without checking a condition. In this for loop and while loop, by using and condition, by checking and condition only we are going to print the values, right? By checking the condition only we are going to print the values. But in do while loop, without checking a condition, we don't need to check the condition. We are going to get at least one loop, okay, at least one output. Okay, we are going to get an at least one output without we are going to check the condition. Without checking the condition, we are going to get an one output by using a do while loop. It is used to get at least one output without checking condition. Okay, without checking the condition, we are going to get at least one output. Okay, at least one output we are going to get. Okay, now let us see a syntax. First is an initialization. Initialization, followed by an do keyword. In this, we are going to perform some logic of the program. After that, we are going to increment or decrement. After the closing of the braces, we are going to write the condition, while condition. Okay, while condition, after the condition, we are going to give a semicolon. This is an syntax of the do while. Okay, this is an syntax of the do while. Initialization, do keyword within the braces. We are going to perform the logic of the program. After the perform logic of the program, we are going to increment or decrement. After that, we are going to check the condition. In before for loop and in the for loop and then while loop, first we are going to insert and checking the by using checking the condition only we are going to print the values, right? By checking the condition only we are going to print the values in the for loop and while loop. But in do while loop, without checking the condition, okay, without checking the condition, we are going to get at least at least one output we are going to get it. Okay, okay, let us see one example. Mm, an example. Same program to print the numbers from 1 to 100. I have explained for loop, while loop, and I'll explain it for a do while loop also. Okay. Now first is an initialization. Int I is equals to 1 and followed by an do. Okay, followed by a do keyword, open braces. I'm going to perform a logic of the program. I'm going to print the value of I. Did I checking any condition now? No. Without checking a condition, I'm going to printing the value. This is a do while loop. Okay. After that only we can increment. Increment. After that, closing the braces, we are going to perform the condition. I is less than or equals to 100. See, this how means this is working, how it is be working means. First, it is going to initialize the value. It is coming into the do, okay, do loop within the do, and it is going to print the value of I. Okay, see, it is going to check any condition. No, it is not checking any condition. It is going to print the value of I directly. It is going to print the value of I. Okay. After printing the value of I, it is going to increment. After the printing of value of I, it is going to increment. When it is going to increment to 2. After that, it is going to check the condition. Okay. After that, it is going to check the condition. If this condition satisfied, it will come again here. Okay. After this condition satisfied, it is going to come again here, and it is going to print the value of I, that is an 2. Okay. And it will increment, and it is checking the condition. In this way, it is going to perform. Okay. Until the 100. These are about the while loop, sorry, for loop, while loop, do while loop. That's do while loop is, we are not going to use that much for a do while loop, because without checking the condition only, it is going to print the values. Okay, let us print it now. See, by using and for loop also we got the same output, while loop also we got the same output, do while loop also we got the same outputs. Okay. Without checking condition, if you know starting and ending point, we are going to use an for loop. If you know starting point does not know the ending value, we are going to use an while loop. To print an output at least one without checking the condition means we are going to use an do while. Okay, we are going to use a do while. The last one, there is one more is there, for each loop. This for each loop, we are not going to use that much. Okay. Only for loops and while loops will be using, but for each loop and do loop, that will be not using that much. We are using this for each loop is used to iterate over a collection. Okay, it is used to iterate over the collections. Let us see now. It is used to iterate over collections. It is used to iterate over the collections. Okay. Now let us say syntax. Let us see a syntax for followed by a data type. This will be different from other of these three. Okay. Data type is a variable name. Here we are going to use a colon. Okay. Then it is a collection name. This is a syntax of the for each loop. Okay. Data type, variable name. The variable name is a programmer choice. And the collection name, open a logic of the sum program and close braces. Okay. This is an and it is used to iterate over the collection. It is used for an arrays. Okay. Let us see one example for this. Class. Okay, I'm going to take one variable of an int array. Okay, array. I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I taken an array of and the size is 5. Okay, the size is 5. Now I'm going to use to print each of the to print and each of the number, I'm going to use an for each loop. Data type, the data type here I've taken an int, the variable name, I'm going to take it as an Z, okay, colon, and a collection name. The collection name is nothing but whatever the name we are given here, okay, whatever the name we are given here, that is an X. Now, within the braces, I'm going to print the value of Z. Okay, let's print. See, I got the output 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 6. Same. In this way it is going to use, but this is not possible. This for each is not possible for the reverse order. Okay, it is not possible for the reverse order. For each loop by default print the object of the collection in the given order only. It is going to print the values in the given order only. We can't perform any reverse operation, other operation that can't be performed by using it for each. For these reasons only, we are not going to use that much for each for the normal program. Only it is used for the collections. Okay, over the collection. Okay. This is a simple example for each. It is used for simply for printing and collect given values. Just in print in each of the given. It is going to iterate both of the values. Okay, the each value will be assigned it to a z and it is going to print it. Okay, in these ways we are going to use and loops. 4 types: for loop, while loop, do while, and for each loop. Okay, these are very easy, but we mostly recommended to use, mostly we are going to use an for loop and while loop for normal programs, and for each loop will be going to use for an collection, and do while we know we don't use that much. Okay, you can practice some more examples based on this. You can practice by using the same logic. You can practice for even numbers, odd numbers, to print even numbers, odd numbers, or some. Okay, sum of even numbers, odd numbers, to count. These can be used. Okay, guys, I'm going to end here. Thank you.